Today we are checking out the gates in the HOTONE Ampero 2 stage. Recently I was playing around with the HOTONE Ampero 2 stage, and I had some problems to get rid of the background noise, and I came up with some gate settings in the unit, so I would like to share these with you. And here's the editor, and this is a patch which I created using one of my favorite amps, which is the 5150 model. Here it's called, I think, Eddy51, yes. And if you like my tones, as always, please consider getting my preset packs for your favorite modeling unit with the best high-gain tones ever. Contact me on Facebook or Instagram. Links are in the description below. And also, please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. As most of the time I'm playing my favorite Harley Benton Fusion guitar here, the one with the ebony fretboard, 2 humbuckers, everything stock. And the experts of you may have heard already, there is some heavy gate happening here. And you find the gate here in the dynamics section. So if you're not familiar with that unit, you can choose different routings here, but I'm using just a serial effects chain. And I placed the gate here, so behind the drive block. So first of all, it's very important where you put the gate. And the second thing is you have to adjust the threshold. So for example, if you setting the threshold to 0, you can hear background noise happening. So in other words, the gate isn't working. And the first thing I usually do is to check out the point where the gate is closing. Just from the background noise, it's here around maybe 26. So let's set it maybe a little bit higher to 30. So, okay. But I want to cut it off a little bit earlier. So raise the threshold. Not enough. Much better. And as you can see here, you have 3 different gates: the AI gate, fast gate, and the custom gate. And you have 2 modes here. Mode number 1. Okay, let's stick with mode number 1. It's nice. I like to cut it off really fast here, in that preset at least. And another very important thing is, the sidechain. So if you're not familiar with that, it's basically the signal that triggers the gate. And here, if you set it to previous effects, it's just the signal coming from the previous effect, which is the drive block in that case. You can set it, for example, to other signals. So this would be the effects return right. And this is the input left, which is the guitar input I'm using. Also working. And then it may close a little bit earlier because, the signal is first here and then it has to be processed here. So compared to the previous effects, here the gate is triggered when the signal here will stop at the input. So then maybe you have to play around with the threshold again. And it's working. But I couldn't get it to work properly. So I decided to use this previous effects. And then it's sounding much more usable in my opinion. So these are very important, well, features you have to set according to your tone. Of course, you could play around with setting it behind the amp. Same thing, play around with the threshold. The reason why you always have to play around with the threshold is because the signal here coming from the amp is way higher, way hotter than maybe the signal that is coming from just from a drive block or from the input. So in other words, yeah, you have to set the threshold. There is no magic setting which works in all positions. Of course, if it cuts off, like your lead playing, let's see if it will cut off. Yeah, it cuts off quite early. So maybe you don't want that. So in the lead scene, for example, here scene number 2 is my lead scene. We could disengage this. So in other words, here you can see it's just active in the rhythm scene. Another nice thing would be to change the threshold here in the lead scene. So you don't want background noise, but you want to cut it off way, well, not so fast. Lead scene. There you have it. By the way, there is also another thing happening here which I don't want. It's the stereo enhancer. So let's disengage that. Yeah, so let's save that. And it's a very useful feature that you can use different settings of the same block in different scenes. Back to the topic. So, well, we have some other gates here. Let's check out the AI gate. AI is very popular nowadays, but let's see if it works here. Previous effects. It works. Sounds even better than the other one, in my opinion. Okay, let's save it. And yeah, the custom gate is one where you have a little bit more controls. So you have the attack and the release. This is working. Okay. I have two gates now. I'm at the same time here. Let's see. Cancel. So let's go back to the initial state. We want to change that gate here. The AI gate, the custom gate here. Same thing again, set it to previous effects, raise the threshold. And here with the attack you can set how fast the gate is working, closing. Nice. The release, very heavy gate setting. The thing is, of course, sometimes you will like to have ringing chords and make sure that the gate doesn't cut that off. But with that setting here, the previous effect setting, all the gates are working properly in my opinion. And finally, I would like to show you another thing which I found out. So let's disengage the drive. Yeah, you can hear that the actual amp doesn't have that much gain in that preset. Because I'm using this yellow drive here with a little bit of gain. But you have the gated boost here, which is basically boost and a gate. And yeah, you can set the gate here. Of course, you should set the gate again, which is cutting off the signal after the boost, as far as I understand. But as the amp doesn't have that enough gain, you have to boost the signal more. As you can hear, it's cutting off, but too early. And you can set the low cut very high, because as you can hear, there's some kind of, well, flubbiness happening. So let's raise the low cut. So this does, as far as I understand, a similar thing like we did before with two blocks. So before we had the drive block and we had the gate. Here we have both in one. But to be honest, I cannot get rid of the annoying bass overdrive. So I don't know. Could reduce the boost here. But of course, then it might be not enough gain. The thing is with the gate and the boost, somehow if you set the gate too drastically, then it's reducing the signal somehow so that you don't get that much distortion out of the amp. Of course you can raise the distortion here, gain, but then again you will have this bass thing happening. It's maybe the amp that is not working that well. So let's maybe check out the AxeFx here. Let's check out the Powerball. Powerball has lots of gain, but okay, doesn't work. AxeFx II, very scooped sounding amp. Okay, I think I cannot get any good results using that. So dual recto. I think it needs more gain. Maybe this is better. Some gain, reduce some mids. I don't know if you can hear it, but the gate is cutting off a lot of the signal. Reduce the low cut, then more signal is coming through, but it's more bass frequencies coming through. So yeah, to put it short, I couldn't get the best results using this gate boost block here. There might be some amp models which I haven't found out yet, which will work with that, but I personally like to stay with the setting here on the drive block and the dynamic gate. So there you have it, the gate blocks in the HOTONE Ampero 2 stage. In the older versions, the HOTONE Ampero, what was it, 1, and also the Sonic Cake, Matribox and the Valeton GP-200, which share the same software like the older Amperos. I had, well, some problems dialing in good results, but I will check these units out playing around with the sidechain, so maybe I can make them gate properly. Anyway, please leave your comments and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already.